Hello, welcome back to Cycle Fab. I'm Larry. I had a issue this week with my boring head. This one is the one that I started to use. I've had this thing for decades, like 25 years, all right? Maybe not that long, but over 20 anyway. And it just disintegrated on me. So I went and got this bad boy, yeah. Now, I want to tell you something about boring heads. If you've never messed with them before, the biggest part about using them is understanding deflection. Comes to this right here, your boring bar that sits inside your head. It bends, it moves whenever you use it, when you're cutting with it, with the process. And it's just something you deal with. It's something you come to know and live with. That's the biggest thing about using boring heads, all right? Now, something else I want to touch on. This boring head that disintegrated on me, this was a fantastic boring head by a very good, reputable U.S. company, Criterion. These things are expensive. 20 years ago, this cost over $100, all right? I picked this up on Amazon for $113, and it is good quality. It's tight, it's not crappy made or anything like that. Now, it doesn't have a name brand on it, but you know what? I don't care who made it, as long as it works, and it does work. So, just to let you guys know, unfortunately, U.S. tooling has priced themselves pretty much out of business. I just cannot afford to spend this right here. This is a 3-inch. This costs $625 by Criterion, all right? I paid $113 for this, and it's just as good a quality. So, if you're shopping around for a boring head, I'll have that in the link down below for Amazon, and it's great. Comes with an R8 attachment. I think you can get it in MT or in some other taper attachments to fit it also. But now, back to the main part of the video. This is about boring the steering head, the 3 holes. Now, I've already got this done here, but where we left the video off last is I was just setting up to center drill these, which I did. And that's what this video is about. Center drilling process, and the boring head process. Basically, all you're using the boring head for, the boring bar, is a finish cut. In other words, you go in with a drill of various sizes. You start off small, get bigger, and you hog out as much as you possibly can out of these steering heads, out of the fork holes and the stem hole. Then you go in with the boring bar and your offset boring head rather, and clean all that up. Now, this is where deflection comes in. This is what I really wanted to stress to you guys about. Don't think that you can just touch off and go in, however many thousandths you need, make a cut and call it good. No, it doesn't work like that, sorry. I would really suggest, if you've never used one of these, to practice with one first before you invest in a big chunk of aluminum and you're making your steering head, and don't practice on that. No, practice on a piece of aluminum, that you don't really have much invested in before you start on the project itself. So anyway, that's what this video is about, and let's go ahead and get with it. But before we do, please give me a big fat thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and go ahead and hit that notification bell too, so you know when my next video is coming out. Now, let's go ahead and get with this. I cannot stress enough how much easier it is to go off of 0 from the center of your part. There's a lot less numbers to deal with. You're always going back over 0. So basically, you're remembering the same number for both the right and the left side. That's another reason why I always make 0 center of the part, especially when doing these. It's just easier on me, it's quicker, and I've done these enough and things like them that really there's no beating that, making 0 the center of your part. Now, back to this and what I've done and where I'm at right now. As you can see here, I've got the 3 holes pot for the center drills. Now I'm going to go back with a 1/2-inch drill just to make a hole all the way through. The center drills do not go all the way through. They just get the drill hole started. So I could go in with a larger drill and it's easier for it to follow, less chance that it will walk. And another thing, you may notice there is no chuck in this. I'm going strictly off of a collet. This is a 1/2-inch drill that's in here. I want as little bit of a chance of that drill to walk as I can get, because as I go up in size and go up to the boring head, I just try to alleviate any mistakes that could raise its ugly head later on in the process. Now, after the 1/2-inch drill goes through all these holes, I want to go up to 1.25 inches. The forks that I'm making these holes for are 35 millimeter, which is 1.377 in diameter. So 1.25 inch drill is no problem. Go through that, hog all the meat out, then come back with my boring head and then bore these holes. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, that's the 1.25 inch drill right there. Pretty good size. I've got drills that are bigger than this, but you know what? If you ever do buy any drills, if you're going to make an investment into them, spend some money and get some of the black and golds or higher up. You can get these used or from machine shops going out of business, stuff like that. That's kind of where I got this one from. I did not buy this new. This is, I don't know, 35, 40 bucks. Maybe even more than that, maybe even $70. Some of these tooling prices are just outrageous. So anyway, I'm gonna sit at the mill with this bad boy and go ahead and drill the 1.25 inch holes. Now I got all three of my holes drilled, 2.25 inches and one is 1.16 inches where the stem's going to be. This still gives me plenty of meat in here to come in with a borer and bore everything out and get my tolerances where I want them. Something I want to stress to you guys is whenever you're doing an operation like this, once you set this block in this vise and you start this procedure, that block does not come out of this vise. I can take it out and yes, I can realign it and get it spot on probably, but it's a wise idea not to do that. Just leave it in the vise, make your plans ahead of time to have everything that you need. You do not want to take that out of this vise until after the procedure is done. All right, I want to adjust this 18 thousandths and that will put us very close to where we need to be. Then I'll just come back and run deflection passes after that and get right there, spot on. At least that's the game plan. I really love these adjustable boring heads, especially the bigger ones because you can see the dial so much easier. After I get finished boring the holes, I come back with a chamfering tool and chamfer 20 to 30 thousandths on each hole. Hey, just a quick note about these boring bars. When you buy them brand new, they come with a very, very sharp point on them. What you want to do is you want to knock that down with a diamond hone. I'll put a description down below where you can get these at. I use these all the time. They work great. All you want to do is come in here and just knock that tip right off of there. And it'll give you a much smoother finish than using it as it comes out of the box. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Cycle Fab. Please give me a big thumbs up if you liked the video. Hit that subscribe button and go ahead and hit that notification bell too, so you know when my next video is coming out. I'll see you guys next Sunday for episode 3 of Making a Steering Head. Bye.